everybody, Terry Cruz here, and I'm Silver Spoon. This is Game 4 of the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. This time, it's another rematch as we saw one team that clutched its way to the Western Conference Finals. And that means Minnesota Timberwolves are heading back in for the second consecutive wins, and they're heading back to be in the Western Conference finalists. So they'll be facing against the winning team on the other side. So we will be able to see the Minnesota Wolves as they will be playing against the winning team between the Nuggets or the Thunders. But this time, it's about to get things loud and uncomfortable. The Celtics and the New York Knicks are ready to rematch things again. And now standing by, my commentator supports is Son of Peace. He's also with Jay. And the third commentary of the crew, give a warm welcome over, is Dr. Drew. Well, he's back with us so far, and looks like he wants to see how he can definitely handle. And David Aldrich will be the sideline reporter for tonight's game. Are you ready for Game 4 of the Celtics and Knicks? You're about to witness this. Let's get this thing started as Game 4 starts now. Celtics, Knicks, next on 2K Sports. See you later after the game.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA playoffs.
It's the big matchup at the Madison Square Garden. Son of Beast here, and I'm here with Jay and Dr. Drew, and with our special sideline reporter is David Aldrich. Game 4 about to begin here as we're getting things settled in, as we're about to see if they could win or go out on the road to go back to Game 5. And this is where it comes down to this. If the Celtics win, they'll move on to the Eastern Conference. If the Knicks win, they'll head back to Boston for Game 5.
Well, it's going to be what the New York has made, so it's going to be a big showdown. Make that happen.
Ball is tipped, and we are all settled in, ready to go at the Garden. Drew Holiday will start here as he sets it off to Jayson Tatum. Watching from plays in, with the pass, Brunson for 2. That one will switch into 3. This one will start in for the Celtics. Here's Jalen Brunson as he'll have that ball. Finding to Anunoby and finding to Bridges. Bridges has it over now, finding to Brunson. Brunson, right with the push over the Drew Holiday, makes it first try. That'll be Brunson's first bucket in.
You didn't really think it was going to make that hard, but I don't see any of the problem with that. You know, I wasn't seeing anything with Jalen Brunson. You would have to do it immediately the right way.
Porzingis for 3. That three-pointer will miss on the second chance, and it's rebounded by Brunson. Brunson finds Hart. Hart looking for a move. Slides it back. Over to Miguel Bridges for the 3. That triple range is good as they have it up for a 2-point lead. Miguel Bridges with 3 points.
That is what I'm looking at it right now. Miguel Bridges is making a 3-pointer just the right amount of time. And good thing is, he's all right.
Reporter David Aldrich talking in for Tom Thibodeau as he really has been talking to every players in between. And this one, he has a lot of quote. He says, we really are working very hard, but we wanted to show the fight back. We're not out yet, guys. Let's try to keep working on it and see if we can do this. I don't know what it will take, but we have to see what goes in if there is a big change to try to pull it out. Let's get back into it.
Big finishes has to be what Jalen Brunson had to do, so he's got to like show off how he can handle it. It's been a big change, you know. Jalen Brunson with a foul and he just knocked over the Aaron White. That wasn't really smart at all.
Porzingis for 3. That's good. Another 3-pointer for the Celtics. Up back for the lead, over by 1. Here's Jalen Brunson with the ball, has it again to Anthony Towns. Towns will give it back to Brunson. Brunson looking it over. Open look for Bridges. That one is off the rim and it's rebounded by White.
White seemed to be looking at the 3-pointer range, and now didn't really think it was going to make it in. I didn't think that was not enough. You know, I don't see any play-by position that they really have to do for. What they need to do now is they gotta try and start making some changes afterwards. Brunson, corner three, dribble range is no good. Rebounded by Jayson Tatum. Tatum with his first rebound of the game. You're watching carefully, finding White. White, back to Tatum. Tatum on it. Porzingis with the screen. Here's the two. Tatum's shot's no good. And it's rebounded by Mikal Bridges. He gets first rebound of the game. That's it over to Josh Hart. With the drive, he'll scoop it in. That'll be Josh Hart's first bucket in the game in game 4. Just look at that precisely. When you say for Josh Hart, he could really like showing it off on the great start.
You think that was going to make that in? Drew Holiday against Jalen Brunson. That's send over to Tatum. Tatum, step up for 2. That one's no good and rebounded by Jalen Brunson. He'll give it off to Hart. Hart. The 3 for Brunson. It's good. That'll be the 3-point to start for the Knicks. 5 points for Jalen Brunson. They've got the lead. They're really going to give it off to right away. They make the 3. It's got the times. Only 4:15 left to remain in the first quarter. Brunson trying to watch him closely. Now finds it off to Hart. Hart gives it over to Mikal Bridges. Bridges gives over to Hart. Hart goes right off of White and he will steal it. White sends to Holiday. Holiday, ground for 3. That's good. A 3-pointer right the other way, and they now have a 1-pointer ahead after Drew Holiday.
Didn't really think that was going to make that one in there. Jalen Brown seemed to be like, it's a harder main thankfully, and he really had showing off everything when he did.
Off to Cat with a shot. That's off the mark, and it's his first miss for Karl Anthony Towns. Jalen Brunson, Holiday outside from quarter range. Gets to Tatum, back to Holiday. Holiday, right to the middle with the slam down. Right in the middle. And that way, there's another 2-pointer.
Jayson Tatum got the good assist here. You really have to like try to keep up the hard target range.
Looks like the New York Knicks are not finding anybody with a good look. Or finds it over to Bridges. Bridges pass, now finds it off to Brunson. Brunson with the finish on the drive, and he's fouled. That'll be the first foul on Boston on Drew Holiday. That'll be his first. And their first team foul goes to Boston.
Just look at the target when you look at it in the line.
You just need to give Brunson a harder career with Brents.
And this is the drive where it goes with the step-by-step motion. You don't think it's very easy? I don't think so.
First free throw coming in for Jalen Brunson as he's at the free throw line shooting 2.
Take it right. 2 shots.
Brunson knocks the first free throw. Now with some big changes here for the Knicks and the Celtics. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Kristaps Porzingis. And rest for the Knicks, Robertson, Achua, Miles McBride, and of course definitely right with McBride as Hart moves over. Brunson with 1 shot. And he drops it in.
When playing it, you're looking afterwards, for Jalen Brunson, he has been playing it for a lot of his college of his career. Most likely he has attempted to play it with against the team, and then he was drafted to be appearance by 2018. The thing I was not even noticing about how he was really up to it, this big challenge is he's playing college basketball, running a player of the year, and then you know, Jalen Brunson is really like all the big targets that he's been using it for. Big change on us, it's not always an easy thing. But I got a great feeling for Jalen Brunson. He is showing it off here from the Villanova Wildcats. He really is showing it what he could definitely do for it. Big change up, now the big one change.
Mitchell Robinson with a layup drive after a block made by Luke Cornett. And the Knicks will get a lead off from 14-13.
He did have it all.
Pritchard with the ball. Screen. Here comes Pritchard for the 2. That one's missed. Cornett up. And he will get it back in. That'll be another 2-pointer. as this will be Luke Cornett's first quarter of the bucket game. Under 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter, he will have it over to Hart. Hart for the finish! And sent back by Cornett! That'll be Knicks' ball to keep the possession in.
Just look at you see that refreshing, and you notice that Luke Cornett, he had him with the great block. You had two this time.
Brunson checked out, as now checking in on the court will be Ogianobi, as Cameron Payne is checked in. And Robinson's right toward wing, has it to Miles McBride. Cameron Payne outside. You'll have a look to Miles McBride over White. That shot's off the mark and rebounded by White.
This is not an easy exception, and you really have to be doing it for. And what nobody really stands out, it's not the big star.
Zero foul's going to be real. Miles McBride, the start off for the substitution, as Brown is his first personal foul and their first team foul for New York. That'll be the second.
Didn't start off looking that great here, and you know what Miles Bridges, he really has to give Miguel Bridges a better look. But for this time, Miles McBride didn't start looking at his paying attention skill, and he just like knocked somebody out. That's stopping you on Derek White. Not really a good change after that.
White makes the first free throw.
You know, college is definitely not important for White as he plays for the University of Colorado. And for some reasons, what happens with that, and you don't really do anything there. And you don't really give a good appearance. You don't get that good finish afterward. You just need to work it out for it. It's not easy to do. And you have to do for is keep working it.
White makes the second free throw. 17-14 to score, past the 92nd in the first quarter. Cameron Payne will give it over to Mitchell Robinson. Robinson has it over to McBride. McBride over Cornett. That's 3 blocks in a row by Cornett.
I don't see what is going on afterward, but that is a big block. You don't really see that one going back afterward. Jayson is really out of the way to get through.
Cameron Payne. It's stolen. Last touch by White. That's to keep Knicks ball in with 1:05 remaining. Knicks need to find somewhere else in, but it's a little early for the Celtics as they already have their lead up.
It's questionable. I mean, you don't see what they usually have to do for, and for Celtics, they have to just try to keep it back.
Robinson will have it inbound to McBride. Gives to Precious Achiuwa over Al Horford. That first shot won't go in as Precious Achiuwa misses his first shot. Sam Hauser. Corner finds White. Here's a 3 for Horford. And that's no good. Rebounded by Cameron Payne. We'll have it to Achiuwa. Achiuwa going for a dunk. Oh yeah. Right in the middle. And he had that one with the first dunk down.
You see the fan going wild? That's where Precious Achiuwa has that great start.
Set up screen for Al Horford. And he watches in. 3 for Al Horford. That's off the rim. Missed again. Precious Achiuwa has it over. Now has it again to Cameron Payne. He's right to Mitchell Robinson. Great look here. And it's Cameron Payne with the assist. Robinson's got his second bucket. And it's a close game. 19-18. White looking at the time. Down to 10 seconds. Watching in. With a shot. Fade. Shoots. No good. I will end the first quarter. A close game, Bridget in with a 19-18 score. We'll see what the Knicks do to get up their lead in the second quarter. Big battleground between Boston and New York. Second quarter is underway when we return after these messages. As we're back in the game, we are ready to get started for the second quarter. Close game between a 19-18 score game. Knicks had a little bit of a tightness on the score in the first quarter, but we'll see how they do in the second quarter.
Yeah, I probably might be saying no, but the New York Knicks are better team. They really tried their hard best afterwards, so hopefully they can try to get back into the equalizer. Match has been yours. Better keep, better play.
Here's starting groups here for the Celtics. All of it is with Derek White. Porzingis is in center. Brown's in small forward and Jayson Tatum in power forward. Achiuwa starts off with his first 2-pointer and he drops it in to take the lead 20-19.
Big scores have been a better changing for Precious Achua. You never really think he was going to be able to make that one in there. But it was a great thing to start off. To make a better drive on the floor.
Ochianobi with the ball. Has the counting. We'll serve it up for Precious Achua. Achua. Here's the three for Ayanobi. That is in for the Bucks. On the outsider, he has first three-pointer of the game for Ayanobi.
He is loaded up with it. That's where he was going to start it. Get out of here.
Brown in the middle. Drives it down with a two-hand dunk down. 23-21 score.
Oh, no way to make that one looking good out there. You know, I just don't really say about Jalen Brown. He had no one scoring in his shot. He won't have at all until he get there.
Going for two. And that one's missed again. That will be another miss for a three-pointer. White has it over to Tatum. Tatum for the finish. It's denied by Ayanobi. Ayanobi with the first rejection of the night. And he now gets one.
Look how good that is for Ayanobi. He's going to make a good start. He's giving it over to Ken.
Miguel Bridges toward the center with a spot shot and a foul will be on White. That'll be his first personal and their first team foul for the Boston Celtics. And it's now for Miguel Bridges heading to the free throw line with two shots. It just really have to be played afterward. You don't see what you can definitely do for.
You really have to say that Miguel Bridges worked it off at the harder range. No play effort is making it worthless. He's really showing it what his crowd is. But until then, he won't get enough of the raise out of it if he does near it or clear it.
Ayanobi, this is the first free throw. With a new changeup for the Celtics. Torian Gregg is checked in for Derek White. Jayson Tatum slides right over into the shoot small forward. And for the Knicks, Payne is out. Brunson's checked back in. For the second free throw is good for Miguel Bridges. They're up by three. Now here's Drew Holiday. Holiday with the ball. Looking this way, finding Tatum. Tatum sets the screen on Brown. Tatum with a spin. And that one is carried away. And that will be Towns with the rebound. Towns got his third rebound of the night. He'll have it to Brunson. Here comes the drive. The big floater. Makes it in for Jalen Brunson. He has 9 points.
This is a great finish. As they got with another two-pointer. And it looks like they won't have some timeout tonight. They get their free. Holiday.
Right in the middle. Ooh, almost would have had a foul on Cat, but good thing he saved it. Three for Achua. Rolls into that. Rebound by Holiday. Holiday looking in for the shot. Denied by Precious Achua. Brunson on Holiday. Trying to watch in, with the finish floater, he will get it in. With his own rebound, it's now a 2-point possession for him in between Brunson and Holiday.
There is no change up that you really wanted to do for him. I really have to say Jalen Brunson
Has to be doing for his tightest game that he's ever been doing. Sometimes the goal is not achievable. You really have to give up everything out and then do the right thing. You know, it's not a great change when you do for some reasons. You just got to make sure you get the right thing. From the baseline, Brunson's got it in. What a two-pointer for Jalen Brunson. Timeout. Boston Celtics with 4:38 remaining in the first half.
This is the play out play beginning.
You really have no overpatient or how that is going to change it.
He really has to show it up when he makes that one.
Leaving in his own. And as you said, for one of our big favorites is Jalen Brunson. He was one of our biggest associations, and he was drafted in his 33rd overall selection by the 2018 NBA draft in round 2 by by selecting for the Dallas Mavericks, and then he's played for his first 4 seasons in the NBA with them. And with that one, after finishing with the first 4 seasons with the Mavs, he has now been transferred over to the New York Knicks by 2022 to the present year of the season. He was once more consideration as the NCAA champion, and then claimed by his college career, he was finishing it off to make his one appearance on his finishing for his junior year. He was named one of the 10 semifinalists for the Naismith Award, and the 20 late season finalists was the Wooden Award. And that was the following one of the 3 anonymous 2017 to 18 all Big East sections. He was one of our Big East Conference Men of the Year, and he just knows Big East scholarships at the end of the year. And a few days later, the scholar was faced to graduate during the summer after the junior year.
His junior year might have been a great change up to make it for his third season before Jalen Brunson. And I know what he makes that when doing it for so well. The better reason is, he makes that a great training to do for his own time task management. He really has shown everything what he can do for, but he now has that ability to get that down. Oh, wow. What a take. That is for Kai. What a slam. And Jalen Brunson with a dunk. Yeah, there is the worm. You're going to love to see this guy reaction from the crowd. Really love it.
Holiday. Porzingis for 3. That one 6 to triple, and it goes down by 4 with the 30-26 game. Jalen Brunson wearing out of Anunoby. Anunoby has to begin to pressure Achua. Achua gives the cap over Porzingis. Hard drive, no good for Towns. It's rebound by Jayson Tatum. Here comes Brown for the finish drive. Got it back for Towns. He gets another rebound. That will be number 5. Towns slows things down. He'll try to send it over to Achua. Pass off to Cat. Cat around Craig. Good shot made for Karl-Anthony Towns. He has 4 points in the game.
He's just keeping it going, and the floating is just keeping on him now. He won't like lose the deal, not the big effort.
Screen for KP. Here's the cut. Fade the shot. Breathe for Porzingis. No coming back. Fades with a shot. And he'll get a goaltending. That will count the bucket. Precious Achua on that end. And Brown will count the 2. Pritchard checked in for the Boston Celtics. Jayson Tatum checked out.
Look at this how they were reacting right now. You know, fans are really not really liking this call. I gotta disagree on that. They're changing it really well. You're never gonna get this way enough tightening scores right away. That is definitely difficult.
Brunson pass over down the Bridges. 2:45 remaining as he'll hand it over to Hart. Hart pass over to Bridges to Towns. Towns around Porzingis. He'll carry back. Fades. Rolls back to Bridges. Bridges making a new change here. And he finds Anunoby for 3. That's good from outside. He gets 6 points in his game. And Miguel Bridges with the assist.
That is big chain off that you wanted to play for. You've got to get that one a good effort.
Timeout given by Boston Celtics with only 2:17 remaining in the first half.
That's what you need to do for Anunoby's making it official, making it right to do that thing again. I really look to see that one when you get to not for any of it. We'll be playing afterward.
Coming up will be a halftime report as we have Miss Johnson along with Kenny the Judge Smith and the big fella of the Shadow Deal as we got the halftime show coming up underway for you as we got the amazing first half skills between the Knicks and the Celtics. They were about to be pushing things. They are rolling on and in. Make it fair and accountable as well. Don't miss out the halftime show. That'll be coming up after the first half is completed. You know what I like to see for who wants to get to the Eastern Conference Finals? Huge. You know you want the Knicks to move on, right?
Well, I do. I mean, I would like to see how they can definitely play it out. They definitely want a tie series. I guess that this one is going to make it happen. You know what? Time makes you do out though, Jay.
I think we'll have some play actions to try to finish it one up.
Hopefully there are some good things to keep that one from going. I do agree on that one. Everybody really loves New York. I mean, like, come on, team. We want to push it, don't we? Yeah, we do. Yes, sir. They kept out a good play.
For a new group substitution, Hauser and Horford are checked in. And for the Knicks, we have Mitchell Robinson checking in for Carl Anthony Towns with Miles McBride. Step back. Great D by Miles McBride. And it's Anunoby with the second rebound.
That's great play out. That's what happens with Miles McBride. You've got good looking.
That big chain up is a big chain off, and you don't have it a great look.
You just really have to just take the chance off. Slow things down. Make that pressure rise. Don't make that anyone feel aggressive out here.
Hart with the step back, no good. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Pritchard has it again to Holiday. Holiday. Watching the Holiday for three. That's no good from outside. Rebounded by Josh Hart. Knicks with a 42.6 on the rebounding average. Tonight they have it 2018. Hart looks like we're now finding again to Anunoby. Anunoby has it again to Brunson. Brunson trying to work his way across where it's motioning. The give over to Mitchell Robinson. Shoots it. Good for Mitchell Robinson. He has 6 points. Only 1:10 remaining in the first half.
You really have to do it afterward. I mean, for Mitchell Robinson, I just have to say, he's got to give that floater a good look.
Three for Hauser. No good. Rebounded by Jalen Brunson. He'll find Robinson. And he's over now. Oh no, he's going to finish. And he's fouled. That's his second personal foul on Drew Holiday. And his second team foul for Boston.
OG Anunoby at the line, 2 shots.
So OG Anunoby will be heading over to the free throw line shooting 2 with under a minute remaining in the first half.
This is why they need to do things. This is a big change up that you really have to step in for. When OG Anunoby gets a great change, he just got to make sure his timing is the right angle and speed. Motion is critical. They won't say how they can definitely do it for now, but this is not what their time is. You have to make sure you get a good look.
Anunoby knocks the first free throw. New group substitutions for the Boston Celtics. Luke Cornett and Derek White are checked in, as Porzingis and Holiday are checked out. The Knicks are sliding things back again, as Anunoby will hit one more free throw for the first half. And he drops the second free throw. OG Anunoby with 8 points, down to 50 seconds. Here's Derek White with the ball. Trying to watch his way across to Al Horford. Wants to change it over. Pritchard almost lost the ball. Cornett finds Anunoby. Hauser. Back to Pritchard. 6 on the shot clock. Setting a screen, trying to watch it for the 2. Pritchard will hit it in there. That'll be another 2-pointer. For the bench point scores on Boston Celtics, it's a 39-30 game. Brunson has it across to Josh Hart with 20 seconds remaining. Miles McBride watching it. He slides it back. McBride, Brunson, over Pritchard. That's another miss by New York. And with that, Pritchard will able to finish things up. Watching the cutting drive and a layup. And that's no good. That will end the first half, 39-30. Tight in this game. Knicks made a little bit of a big switch here, and we will take us to the halftime show. Be back soon for the third quarter to get started. All right, let's send you over to David Aldridge. Dave?
Thanks very much, Coach. This team is still developing. What do they need to do to really reach their max?
Just keep working every day. Get management effort, bring concentration, find a way to make winning plays.
Sounds simple, but I know it's not, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
All right, DA, thank you very much. You stand by for the halftime show. We'll get ready for the third quarter.
Basketball right after this. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. Some good action during the period, as it was just a 1-point game at the end of one. They ended the second with a solid 9-point lead. A nice show of force by them. Hey, big fella, what's your take on New York so far?
You guys know I appreciate when a team takes a commitment to attack and be paid to the very out. Keep those positive looks, good things tend to happen. That's how they built this league.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Boston?
Well, the best way they can get back into this game is to show up their defense. They need to prevent second chance points and fight to get their own. If they can do that, this game's still within them.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
You've been watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. And we are back at the Garden. We welcome you in for the third quarter as Son of Beast along with Jay and Dr. Drew. A big start off for the Atlantic Division between the Knicks and the Boston. Jalen Brunson with the sass and the score. He has making a great start in the first half of the game.
Yes, he is. He's doing great work in his first half. I must say this now. When you're doing for Jalen Brunson, you got to make sure you got it coming. Yeah, he's been pretty good afterwards there, Dr. Drew. I mean, I really have to say now he's going to do again.
He's along with the others from Miguel Bridges, Towns, Ianobi, and Hart on the court. Here's Bridges. Bridges trying to work his way across, finding Hart. He shoots over Tatum. Good shot! Josh Hart! Heavy contested shot as he has 4 points this game.
Not need to feel about that over Josh Hart, but you just beat over Jayson Tatum. He doesn't have the right skirts to get the defender in. You just got to make sure you got to look right.
Porzingis with nobody around. That was missed again. Rebounded by Bridges. And he's over to Josh Hart. He'll give it to Cat for 3. Yes, sir! Unbelievable! Cat has been showing up. How is he making a 3-half going in? He has 7.
There's no stopping this one. Carl Anthony Towns made us look a good feeling on that. You got a good send up, you just need that one in.
And there will be a foul committed on New York as Miguel Bridges takes his first whistle and the first team foul for New York.
This startup is not a great change when you're doing this on your own. You just don't get a good look on that. Joe Mazzulla, you've seen this one, it's a big play. I mean, let's show it off for some response. Let's see what he can definitely do. Let's get a close game here, fellas.
Derek White at the free throw line shooting 2. You'll get 2 free throws. They're in the first minute of the quarter on the start of a minute in the third. White hits the first free throw. Now, I'm pretty sure that you guys are saying now that New York Knicks and the Boston Celtics could be a little rival on the matchup. When I talked to Clover for a bit, she knows that she wouldn't care for that team, but she all respects them to bleed green. How would you respond that way?
I stay quiet. I mean, I don't say anything. Like, in front of it is somebody who's a Boston Celtics fan, especially you are a Celtics fan, and especially the Clover and everybody else. I mean, I would not say anything. Because if we're at the game, I would stay quiet. I'm not going to say anything like that. I mean, I know there will be a commitment to do this, so we just got to get it off to a good start. We need to get this one a great use, and big chain up, everybody has the not just only one, but everybody.
Here's Holiday, the cut in for the motion, electronically slammed that down. And it goes right from Jayson Tatum with the assist.
That was really quick. I was never seen like that. Ever.
Josh Hart sets it over to Brunson. Brunson finds a pass to Miguel Bridges. Bridges with a spin. Slice out. Steps move. Nice good for Miguel Bridges. He has 6 points. 2 out of 3 field goal range. Only 1 3-pointer on 2. Holiday. White for 3. The answer pack is no good. Towns with the ball. To give over to Brunson. Brunson gives to Cat. Right to the middle. And a scoop and score. Great take by Carl Anthony Towns. He has 9 points. And this drive is getting on better.
He loves that scoop and drive. I think that's perfect when you're doing this in the other one.
Another miss by Boston Celtics. He has it to Brunson. Brunson. Create the shot. Goes right to Hart. Goes right to Brunson. Brunson gives it over. On an early from outside. Setting a screen for Hart. Hart. On an early drive. Solid D by Jayson Tatum. Brown. Through the middle. And rejected by John Bridges. Great on the slam down, and he just rejects that shot quickly to lock that down.
There was one way I could definitely say now. He wants to do it, you gotta get it right.
And how about that? Miguel Bridges for three. He says, "Who's your daddy now?"
There's no turning back afterward for the Celtics. Looks like you're just gonna have to give on up. The New York Knicks are definitely gonna sing his head. We're back in this town, baby. Man, we love that one there. New York. It's a win for the I'm not gonna say now, when you're doing this for real, you have to play for real confidence out there. And that's what it is there, Jay. Showing off anything. You have to show what you can do.
Timeout given by Boston Celtics. About 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. We wanted to remind you, everyone, that if you're ready for our next skit, we've got you covered in here, as you'll have it's the screen trap, as you'll have it ran across here to show one of the features between some widescreens and some VHS screen effects that will be showing it, and then will be one of the best effects to show it right on the side of it. You won't want to miss this one out of who have correctly that plugged with the VHS one and sent it back in time. But there's only one that can be only the victim, and that means anyone. Don't miss out the screen trap coming soon on Son of Beats. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to like the button and also leave the notification bell and the comment button if you already subscribed. If you don't, you'll be rejected, and that will be, of course, you'll be swatted away with the ball. No question. Jayson Tatum fakes a shot, has it over to White. Setting a screen for Jayson Tatum is denied. Tatum for three. Right to the corner, he had it in there, a perfect look. And after that, it was White with the assist. They don't seem to like what they do for it. And Derek White was making that screen in there. He just needs some big look in. Timing is different. Here's a set over to Bridges. A set over now, yes, as David Aldridge was talking in for Joe Masulo, and he was really been noticing that this wasn't the day that he wants to start off. But he just asked him right on the question, and then he says, well, we never been doing it like that, we never just played it, and we are just really starting all over again. We really have to play out a hard effort. No one has sent it in there, not for anybody. Achua has it across now finding the Bridges. Bridges has to get Achua. Here's Achua. He slips. Back to Miguel Bridges by Cameron Payne. Payne over Holiday. With a shot. 3D. Bounce up. He slams. Right into that one. Flexes from the crowd. Tatum passes to Brown. Brown looking it in with a shot, and he's fouled. There will not be a shot as it goes off the rim. From Anthony Towns with his first personal foul, and it'll be their first team foul to the second on New York. Jalen Brown heading to the free throw line, shooting two.
This is not when it's going to go afterward. You don't really think that's not going to be easy enough? Well, now you're not going to play it for real. You just need to get some timing there correctly.
Brown misses the first free throw, and as for now, Torian Craig, White, and of course Holiday are checked out. As right now, the new players are coming in. Horford, Hauser, and Pritchard are checked in. One shot remaining for Brown. He knocks down the second, so it'll be only 1 out of 2 for Jalen Brown. Cameron Payne with the ball. He wants to give it to Cat, but this time he sends over to Achua. Keep the ball moving. Now gives to Miguel Bridges for three. And he misses again. Al Horford sends to Pritchard. Pritchard wins his way through. Bruce crosses. The step over. Ball is almost deflected. Al Horford in, and he will slam it down. Al Horford with another two-quarter releasement of 55-43. New York Knicks has it out to Bridges. A step pass to get a Hart. Hart works his way across. Trying to look over with the open man. Cat for three. Rolls off the rim. And he's fouled. Sam Hauser, a fourth personal foul, the first team foul. That's going to be on the Celtics.
This is not changing what he's doing for Precious Achua. He really had to be out there playing 2 shots. He just don't have any complaints to get right into this. He just need to give it all.
Number free throw coming up for the New York Knicks, as this will stop him at the clock at 2:33. Achua misses the first free throw. He wasn't sure how that one was going to make in, but he just did not see what he was doing it for. Jayson Tatum's checked out as Cornette's checked in. New York Knicks are making new changes. Karl Anthony Towns checked out, Mitchell Robinson checked in, and Miles McBride also checked back in. And he misses the second. He tries for 2, but he isn't able to make it in. Sometimes it's the key. I mean, you just need the crap scenario. It doesn't take anything else away from you. Josh Hart finds Achua. Achua passes over down, finding again to Payne. He'll send it over again to Achua and Hart. Goes right over the ground. Yes, sir. Another 2-pointer for Josh Hart. And a timeout given by Boston Celtics. 57-43 is the score.
They are never seen like that. Coach Joe Mazzulla is feeling a little disappointed afterward. You'll have to just try to make these changes in.
And now I'm talking it in for is Precious Achua. He is one of our biggest concerns after attending high school in the United States. Consensus 5-star recruit and a name of McDonald's All-American. He was first played with the basketball for the Memphis Tigers and is earning the Conference Player of the Year, honoring a freshman in the American Athletic Conference of the AAC in 2020. He was selected by the Miami Heat in the first round of the 2020 NBA draft with the 20th overall pick. And after his rookie year ended, he was traded to Toronto Raptors during the 2021 offseason. He was sure enough down, but he was able to see what he could definitely do. But the Bronx say that he is going to New York with Karl Anthony Towns.
They just have to say for Precious Achua. You really have to be confidently the better target stand. And for some reasons, you have to make sure that you have the great company to have that one in there. It's more likely when you have some change-off opportunities and just get it off, you make a good start, your appearance is just the right target amount.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Brown lost the ball. Hart takes it over. McBride fades. Brown the shot. Great try by Josh Hart. He has 8 with the fade and up and over around Brown. My, oh my.
I'd love it. Josh Hart's doing this on his own. Yeah, I'd say if you would. Josh Hart's giving it up a good thing.
3 for Hauser. Feel good. Cornet goes back in. 59-45. The score. Now Payne against the other teams. He's trying to look for another bucket score. Achua trying to look for another take. And Hart set a bounce pass back to Payne. Over Pritchard. The drive is off. Rebound by Pritchard. The other way. Looks over to Brown. For the finish. No good. That will be Karen Payne with the rebound. That sent him to Mitchell Robinson. Another minute remaining in the third. Here's Payne. Payne for the finish. Look at that fancy move for Kevin Payne. He finally gets his 2 points on the board.
Yeah, there you see now Kevin Payne, he was really like giving up what he didn't do. But he got a great fancy drive.
Al Horford to Brown. Solid D. Back over. Brown fades. Corner 3 three. Hauser. That's good. Another three-pointer for the Celtics. They're just trying to get back down by 20, and they wanted to feel like they wanted to get to escaping as they're already now down by 13. Payne. Pass to Hart. 20 seconds remaining. He looks to Miles McBride. So the three is off the rim and rebounded by Hauser. Here's Brown with 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Brown with the fade. Passes to Pritchard. Pritchard for the two. Taking advantage is good. As they're nearing it down by 10, it gets a close game. And we'll have to wait until now as we end the third quarter. 61-50 is your score, and it gets a close amount of game. 61-50. We'll get ready for the fourth quarter when we return to Madison Square Garden. You're watching the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. And now let's have a moment to reveal the State Farm assist of the game.
Just looking at it, when you see from here that the Knicks really made a good selection, the alley-oop on Jalen Brunson, and then you just have it to Cat. That was right in there. Great look. Now, their job has been taken on for the back.
It's the fourth quarter, and we are finishing up. For those of you who are joining, thank you so much for appreciating as you look back into get ready to see what the final quarter will look like. I'll look up from here as we have this draw and along with Derek White, Tatum, Victoria Craig, and Kristaps Porzingis in center. Starting with his Towns, he will give it to Brunson. Brunson, straight across. Towns, looks to Anunoby. Anunoby over Craig with a try, and he'll roll it in. Anunoby with 10 points. He's trying to look for a beat by Jalen Brown. He would never like that. If that would be the only thing, you just need that time focus. Tatum. Pass to White. And here's the cut. Takes him with the fade. Pass to Tatum. Anunoby uncovering. Timing's wasting down. For the fade shot. Tough one here, and he doesn't make it in. It's back to Towns. Brunson for three. That's another miss by New York. Tatum the other way. Rolling in for middle. Oh, stolen by Brunson. On a fast break to Anunoby. Oh, he just did not get enough good grip. And he loses that ball quickly.
Oh man, I thought that was going to be another alley-oop successful. That one just missed again. Yikes.
Brunson passes off to Bridges. Anunoby for three. That's another bang three. It's 13 for Ogiano. 66-50.
He is rolling out to a hot start today. You won't make that one ever after all. If you make that one with the number three, and you'll be sure enough you can make another hit.
With the shot, and he's fouled. That'll be the next foul. That's his third personal foul for Karl-Anthony Towns, and stops the clock at 6 minutes.
You don't really think that was going to be in there afterwards. Well, Derek White, he's just going back to the free throw line. Not even Jayson Tatum when you're doing it for him. You really have to just get over the floor. Don't make that one feel like uncomfortable.
It'll be Derek White. He'll be at the free throw line shooting two. It's just approaching 6 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. White knocks it down with the first free throw. And Torian Craig's checked out as they'll go back to the starting five. As I now Craig checks out. Tatum moves over as Brown's checked in. New York Knicks still watching out with the foul trouble situation on Karl-Anthony Towns. He has three. He doesn't want to get enough fouls, so he has three more to give. White knocks down the second free throw.
When you notice about what happened to Karl-Anthony Towns,
He's just playing it not clear at all. You just have to make sure that you don't want to make that one a huge mistake. You just want to make sure you can do it. Brunson finds Anunoby, looks to Cat, over Porzingis. Great shot in. Karl-Anthony Towns with 13 points.
Knicks lead 68-50.
Brown with the ball. Here's Porzingis. The answer back is no good from Austin. Towns has it again to Hart. Hart trying to work his way across. Pass off to Brunson. Here's the three from Miguel Bridges. That's no good either. Rebound by Drew Holiday. Watch again. Holiday. Goes right back at Brown. Slides it in with the foul, and this will be a situation on the Knicks. OG Anunoby with his first personal. And it's Brown. He's heading to the free throw line. You can't just spin it up in a corner range. On this one, stuff on side steps, that free throw is going to be impossible for Jalen Brown to get from you. There is no change what you need to do for. You don't want to make that one feel uncomfortably to make an unhappy change for Jalen Brunson. And now for Jalen Brown, he's going to have to get to the free throw line, try to get for two more. Brown, it's the first free throw. What I feel like about Jalen Brown, I really have to say that it's not the better way to make that one with the finish.
Well, I gotta say so there, Jay. I mean, what they need to do for is they need to just make sure is keep the eye range in. Nobody does better on AJ.
Brown knocks the second free throw in. 68-54. As we're nearing the past the 5-minute mark in the fourth quarter. Brunson, pass on over. Comes past the Towns. Goes right to Anunoby. The give back to Hart. Hart, 4-2. Still no shot made. Derek White the other way. Shuffles his motion. Brown for three. And there will be a loose ball foul on Kristaps Porzingis. That'll be his first personal, and this will change it over to the next ball.
Yeah, it's a push. That's sliding it underneath, and he's definitely not able to get there. You're just forgetting things. No one wants to give that one with the side push. You just really have to get that out.
Here's Brunson. Alley-oop to Towns. He right in the middle. He went very off and deflected. Brown. Outside. Pass to Tatum with a shot. Rebound in. Takes a cap. He'll get it through. They're just rolling it in now. 68-56. Brunson. Pass to Earth. The three. Rolls it in. It goes right around the rim. And in it. Josh Hart with 11 points.
He just did it again.
Are you serious? Josh Hart?
Pick up the threes. He's not really seeing what he can definitely do.
Brown. Surveying by defenders. Bridges on White. Screen on Porzingis. Fades. Trying to go for the shot. Short off the rim. Josh Hart gets the seventh rebound. He's off to Brunson. Brunson for the finish on this one. Off. Almost with a count that bucket at one. But he just goes with no foul. That'll be Jayson Drew Holiday.
Yeah, I think that was Drew Holiday.
I believe that was the foul. And it looks like Joe Mazzulla, he's really not having the better night. Jalen Brunson at the free throw line shooting two with only 3:24 remaining. Who would be more upset about Clover? I mean, I am. I'm not, because I am not always upset, and it won't be my time to say for Jalen Brunson to keep scoring it. Brunson knocks down the first free throw. He makes more like a burner, right?
Totally. I say now when you make someone with the burner, he really has to give a good look. And he's definitely what they call it. They don't say Brunson burner, but they say Jalen burner. That's all I'd have to do for.
And he'll dump down the second free throw for Jalen Brunson. 13 points. Holiday with the ball. 3:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. Ball's loose. Brown couldn't finish it dry as this was a good team by OG Anunoby. You'll have it over to Towns. Towns pass over again to Brunson. Brunson slides over down right on and he'll give a swing over to Towns. Hard up and got it. Number 2 for Josh Hart. He's got 13 in the game.
And it looks like that this could be the day. They're going to be moving on to game number 5, and then hopefully it'll be it.
Brown toward the middle. That one is rejected by Anobi. Man, these guys are on a high streak right now, don't they?
They would do.
I mean, they would just have to keep on doing it. Parker, number 3. Yes, sir. 78 to 56. That will be the second to last timeout for Boston Celtics. 2:25 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Well, there's a big moment. You give Josh Hart, and that one floats it in. He makes that one a great impossible change. Bigger than take this big try. Live it.
And now it's time to present your New Balance Player of the Game. Tonight's Player of the Game goes to Josh Hart.
When Josh makes it easy, you know, they won't change it for the last. He really has been making it a great chain up to play for every shot of his career. No one stands out. Josh Hart really makes an effort. That's what I like to see about Josh Hart, and he makes that one with a great finish, but don't comply. I just really don't have anything to say for Josh Hart to make the finish afterward, so make that one good.
With the big change here, Pritchard's checked back on court as Andrew Holiday's checked out. And here comes Pritchard. Pritchard against Brunson with a spin, gets it away, and that will stop any play inbounding by Brunson. Cat getting it well done on his own on defense. He has 11 rebounds. Brunson from outside, watches the clock, has it down to Bridges. Bridges over White. That one is a number 2 point. 13 points for Miguel Bridges. It's 80 to 56. Brown with the ball. A grand over to Pritchard. Finds Porzingis. And that one is way out of target. Towns with his next rebound, number 12. Josh Hart. Miguel Bridges for a deep 3. Quarter range, no good. Towns back to Anunoby. Here comes Brunson. In the middle. Step up, no good. Derek White with the ball. Under 90 seconds remaining in the fourth. And White will scoop the try as another defensive breakdown will be on the Knicks.
Well, there is no change when you do defensive breakdowns. You just got to watch yourself right away. Nobody wants to see that one coming in with the big screen off. This pick-off action is not going to make it look fun.
Hart with the 2. Rolls in the net. And Hart is dying again. 18 points in the game. How do you say Josh Hart? Hart with the shot. And with Derek White. That will be Jayson Tatum as he throws that one down. Well, the crowd wants that. I mean, yeah, okay, I'll be fine. Finding Hart. Pass to Anunoby. Anunoby. Brunson. Take the 3. Kaboom! Right outside from the zone, and he has 16 points.
Yep. You know what they say now? Brunson, just keep on going. 85 to 16, I think they're going to tie the series. They sure do. They will.
Brown with the finish move. Not so good. Rebounded by Anunoby. And he'll stop it in. And that will do it. The New York Knicks are going to tie that series up. And man, oh man, what do you say, Jay? Do you think we're about to see Game 5?
I sure do so, man. I always gotta say now, New York Knicks having a blast this time.
You'll make the finish possible. Only shot blocked by Fisher. This will turn it over with only 4 seconds. And that will be last group change for the Celtics and Knicks. And as for the last possession for the Celtics, it'll be it. As for now, the time is now. Off to Game 5. As this will be the finishing between an 85 to 60 score.
Well, they're going back to Boston, They won't change for what they need. Love is the spirit. They just have to show it with the big crowd.
And that's going to do it with us for today. Along with my broadcasting partner with David Aldridge and one of our big fellows, Dr. Drew and Jay. I'm Son of Peace. You've been watching the NBA playoffs for the one game on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. And now sent back to the studio is Terry Crews and Silver Spoon. Thank you for watching and good night. See you next time. Alright, Unleashed Beast, thank you so much. With this one, they are off to Game 5, back to Boston for do or die. Well, they won't need to make a lack of a change afterward. They really have to play it for every single long word. They won't change it immediately, but hey, let's think of it straight. What do you do if you are a Knicks fan? You just gotta go with the support and go back with the comeback. Here's a give it total statistics. 57 and 53 three-pointers and the field goals were made. 90 free throws for the Boston Celtics. 9 and 34 for the fast break points and points in the paint for New York Knicks. 13 second chance points and 15 bench points was the Boston Celtics. 27 assists for New York Knicks with 9 defensive rebounds and 34 defensive rebounds. 3 steals, Boston Celtics. 4 blocks, New York Knicks. 2 turnovers for the Boston Celtics. Both teams have 5. 5 dunks for Boston. 25 and 17:33 was their time possession for the biggest lead. And the time of possession, New York Knicks. Alright there, Silver Spoon. I know what you're ready for, because it's time for 3-star players of the game. Let's give that one over to you. Alright, thank you so much. 3rd-star player of the game will start in for the Boston Celtics. But unluckily though, Miguel Bridges finishes up with 13 points, 3 rebounds with 1 block, 1 steal, and it was only 6 assists. 5 out of 9 field goals were made with 2 out of 5 three-pointers. 27 performance effort was a huge finish. Now for the number 2 star, I will have to say he's been going great. I will say that number 11 is Jalen Brunson. He just made that one with the craziest look in his eyes for his rest of his life for his game. 30 performance effort. 2 out of 3 three-pointers. 5 out of 10 field goals. And there was only 6 and 6 rebounds and assists and 16 points in a game. So that means your number 1 star player of the game goes to Josh Hart. He finishes with a block, 4 assists, 7 rebounds, and 18 points in a game. 8 out of 11 field goals with 2 three-pointers out of 2. And it was 30 performance effort. Well, I couldn't tell you now there, Terry. It's been a jury on the last. Of course it is. And that about wraps it up for this game. Stay tuned for the next day. We'll see the Denver Nuggets and the OKC Thunders happening here back in Mile High. And you won't want to miss this one out, because that will be a next take-in for the Western Conference semifinals. We're waiting for its winning team to play against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Well, along with my crew and along with the others, I'm Terry. You've been watching the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time for as a while as the NBA playoff style on 2K Sports. This is Terry and Silver Spoon. Have a great evening and so long in New York City.
If you don't, somebody will.